Okay, so picture this. You're in a legal battle, right? And things are getting kind of serious.
Yeah.
You're feeling the pressure, the weight of the courtroom, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And instead of picking up the phone and calling a lawyer, you decide, you know what? I'm going to give AI a shot.
Wow.
Sounds crazy, right? Like something straight out a sci-fi flick. But, and here's the kicker, this actually went down recently in Saudi Arabia.
And what's interesting is it's not just the AI angle. This whole thing unfolds within the Saudi legal system, which is generally
Yeah.
seen as pretty traditional, right? So it adds this whole other layer of how did this even happen?
It's like, how could this even work? But it did. So we've got this young guy, and he's hit with a legal challenge from someone who...
Oh, absolutely, a real maze. Even with a seasoned lawyer by your side, it'd be daunting, right?
Totally. And here's where it gets really wild. He decides to go head-to-head with this legal challenge using ChatGPT.
Wait, hold on. Not just for, like, drafting a letter or something. He used ChatGPT for his whole defense.
Or the whole shebang. We're talking about a complex legal system, a situation that could seriously impact his life, and he puts his faith in AI. And get this, the preparation this guy put in? Seriously impressive.
So it wasn't just a quick, hey, ChatGPT, win this case for me kind of thing.
Not even close. We're talking next-level prep work. This guy treated ChatGPT like that super organized paralegal you wish you had.
Okay, I'm hooked. So what did he do?
He gave ChatGPT everything. I mean, everything. WhatsApp chats, legal documents, even templates he'd found. It was like he was building a case file designed specifically for an AI lawyer.
Wow, that's some serious commitment. But how does that even work? I mean, ChatGPT's a language model, right? Not a legal eagle.
Right, but that's the mind-blowing part. This guy, by feeding it all that info, he basically gave ChatGPT a crash course in Saudi labor law, laser-focused on his specific case.
So it's like the quality of what you put in determines what you get out.
Exactly. It's called prompt engineering. And in this case, the input was crazy comprehensive.
Fascinating. So it wasn't like ChatGPT was pulling from some general law database. It was analyzing this guy's case, finding relevant arguments, all based on what he'd given it.
Precisely. And hold on to your hats because here comes the real shocker. It worked. He won against a human lawyer armed with nothing but his AI-generated defense. I mean, seriously, stop and think about that for a sec. He won using a defense that AI put together. It's mind-blowing. This isn't some parking ticket dispute. This is a case with real consequences. It really makes you question what's possible in a courtroom these days.
It definitely makes you wonder, right? Like, is this the beginning of the end for lawyers? Are we going to have robot lawyers taking over courtrooms?
Right. Like, is this the first domino?
Well, hold your horses. It's probably not that extreme. Think of it more like a sneak peek into how legal stuff might change rather than a complete do-over. Remember when spreadsheets came around?
Yeah.
Spreadsheets didn't get rid of accountants, did they?
True. They just, changed how things worked.
Exactly. They became a tool. And that's kind of where I see this going. We're probably not going to have AI lawyers presenting cases in court anytime soon. But these tools, they're going to become part of the process.
So, more behind-the-scenes stuff.
Exactly. In fact, it's already happening. AI is being used for legal research, digging through mountains of documents, even for drafting simple legal stuff. But the Saudi case, it really highlights that human touch, that oversight. The AI wasn't off doing its own thing. It was a tool, and someone who knew the law was using it strategically.
So even with fancy AI, you still need a human brain making the calls. This guy, his ability to use the tech to practically team up with it, that's what made it work.
Couldn't agree more. And it highlights something really important about AI in general. It's not always about replacing us. Sometimes it's about changing how we work, maybe even creating new opportunities.
Interesting. Speaking of opportunities, where do you see this having the biggest impact?
Access to legal help, without a doubt. Not everyone can afford a team of lawyers.
Yeah, that's the reality for a lot of people.
Right. So imagine if there were AI tools that could help people understand their rights, walk them through basic legal procedures, even help them write letters or documents.
So it's like leveling the playing field a bit.
Exactly. Making legal help more of a right and less of a privilege.
That's a powerful thought. And it's not just about individuals, even lawyers could benefit. Imagine lawyers using AI to take care of routine tasks, the boring stuff. That frees them up to focus on the more complex parts of a case.
Yeah, it'd be like having a whole team of AI assistants taking care of the grunt work so they can, focus on the big picture.
Exactly. And it changes the way we think about AI, too. We always hear about it taking jobs, but what if it could actually make people better at their jobs?
It's a good point. And there's another part of this story I found really interesting. Remember we were talking about the young guy's father? Well, apparently it was his dad who actually encouraged him to try using AI for this.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't just about like being good with technology. It was more about, being open to new ideas, new ways of doing things. It's cool how different generations view technology, right? You've got the father here seeing AI not as the threat, but as a tool. And in such a traditional field like law, too.
Yeah. And that willingness to, like, embrace new solutions, that's what makes this whole story so interesting to me. It's bigger than just one guy winning a case. It's about a family that's not afraid of change. Pushing the boundaries. Who knows, maybe they'll even inspire other people to do the same.
Definitely. It just goes to show innovation can pop up anywhere. And this one case in Saudi Arabia, it's got the whole world talking about the future of law, technology, how it's all connected.
It really does make you think. What seems like just one event could be a sign of what's to come. AI isn't science fiction anymore. It's shaping our world right now.
Absolutely. And it's not just about law either. As AI gets more advanced, we'll see it everywhere. The question isn't if it'll impact our lives, is how we're going to adapt to it.
That's the big question, right? No matter who you are, what you do. And this whole deep dive into the Saudi courtroom, it wasn't just about AI winning a case. It was a peek into a future where tech and our lives are just becoming more and more intertwined. It's going to be challenging for sure, but there are also going to be some amazing opportunities for those who are ready to adapt.
I completely agree.
So that's it for our deep dive this week. Be sure to tune in next time when we'll no doubt be covering even more fascinating developments in the world of AI.